Hurt Bay. I ain't gonna lie, I would beat somebody's ass if they refer to me as Hurt Bay. Jesus, I don't know if I can watch the rest of this, bro. This is a little too sad, to be honest. Yeah, 4BATS is insanely, obviously, an industry plant. Matter of fact, bro, let's do
While
this.
everyone is discussing whether or not 4BATS is an industry plant, nobody seems to discuss why it's actually working. Because the creation and rollout of 4BATS' image, music, and branding is quite literally perfect. Now, even I will admit there is something suspicious going on here. He made his first song 1 year ago called Act 1 Stickers 99, which now sits at 45 million streams.
And then the very next song he got a Drake feature.
But at the time of release, it basically fell on deaf ears. Then he posted a music video and a handful of TikToks for 6 months before dropping his second song, Act 2, Data 8, in December.
Yeah. It then, like, I'm telling you, bro, like, not like, dude, he posted, like, in total, like, 2 or 3 songs got a Drake feature. And you're telling me he's not a plant? The music is cool. I like the music. But Brody is clearly a plant.
Or when it exploded in virality within a week. His From the Block performance went viral, his On the Radar performance went viral, and he shot up to over 9 million monthly listeners after just 2 songs. All his cover arts basically looked the same, and you could tell with his Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 release plan that this was all very calculated, very thought out, and very strategized. Then in the beginning of 2024, he signed to OVO, dropped a remix of Act 2 with Drake, and
I'm telling you, bro.
now also has a song with Usher. Act 2 has over 2...
I didn't know he had one.
Dropped a
Usher.
remix of Act 2 with Drake, and now also has a song with Usher.
I know he got a song with Kanye too.
Act 2 has over 270 million streams when combined with the remix, and when you consider his manager Amber Ajee is the lead creative manager at RCA Records, a woman who has worked on creative campaigns for Doja Cat, Justin Timberlake, and Post Malone, it seems pretty clear that 4BATS has had a multi-million-dollar machine behind him since the very beginning. And when most people hear this objective information, they just say he's an industry plant. They clearly wiped his back catalog. He was discovered by the majors, and they took him in and they rebranded him and they re-strategized his career going forward, and that he wouldn't be successful if it wasn't for the label. Now, even I will admit, like, look, having that multi-million-dollar machine is very important, but you also have to remember that record labels are constantly trying to do this with hundreds, thousands of artists, and they don't always hit as big.
It's tons of
Dollar machine is very important.
It's tons of failed industry.
But you also have to remember
August 08. This dude always weirded me out because August 08th is like, that's my birthday. Who is this thing? You know what I'm saying? What? Matter of fact, I haven't heard a peep from him because I only discovered him once. This is back when I was still listening to, like, yeah, Jesus Christ, bro. Not even. I can't talk about views. Yeah, Janine. Is it Janine or is it Jean Ico? I can't remember. But no, bro. Yeah, this dude been making music for a minute, but I just thought it was really weird that his name, you know, specifically has to be my birthday. Like, whoa. Is his birthday August 8th? Death. He died? Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Rest in peace, bro. I didn't even know he died. Wow. Why was his name August 08 and he was born January 2nd, though? I'm just confusing. Rest in peace, bro. I didn't know. Dang.
Remember that record labels are constantly trying to do this with hundreds, thousands of artists, and they don't always hit as big as 4BATS. They actually almost never do. There are very specific things that make 4BATS genuinely different, which made him immensely successful.
He got talent, and his music definitely be hitting like that. I'll give it to him. You got to give credit where credit is due. It's just that, like, he's an industry plant. It's just a fact.
Successful.
And however you feel about industry plants is however you feel about industry plants. Dude is clearly a plant. But you can be two things at once. You can be an industry plant and still make good music. Like,
And it isn't just because he has a lot of money behind his brand. But in order to understand that, we must analyze two very important steps of the current music climate. An artist today must get your attention first and then impress you with their music second. Because most people don't go out of their way to discover music anymore. They just happen to hear it on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, or through social media, through friends, on the radio. Like, sure, my audience actively deep dives on Spotify and SoundCloud to hunt and discover an upcoming artist, and they actually go out of their way to discover music.
Yeah, I'm one of the people who actively like goes out and tries to find new things. Like, but most people don't do that. Most people just stumble across it like on a TikTok song or like a viral trend or a challenge or a dance or something like that. That's why dance songs always. That's why there's so many like uber viral dance songs, and then the dance song artist can't make another hit because people don't actually go and check out the artist and deep dive the catalog when they hear the dance song. They just hear the dance song and go, oh, cool, and move on.
But most people don't do that. So if you
I'm yapping.
think about it, it's arguably more important to know how to get people's attention than it is to make good music. And we all understand by now that social media is the #1 way an artist will gain a fan base in 2024. Therefore, they have to create content that will engage people enough to like, follow, share, and hopefully go to streaming services.
I love how he has the shiesty and the grills and the chain. Not a single tattoo on his body.
And actually listen.
It like throws me off
to their music. However, they are also competing with literally every other blog, content creator, brand that's trying to steal your attention away from you. So regular people have gotten to the point where they can determine within seconds if they are interested in something. Like, you're probably only going to give a post that you see on social media 1 to 5 seconds before you just scroll right past it. So an artist needs to create a visual that's impactful and interesting and compelling enough to make you stop scrolling and become invested in whatever they're sharing. But the job is not done there. Because what if they make bad music?
Come on, bro.
It's Sam season!
I don't care what season.
Like, sure, they may have gotten your attention, but then as soon as you heard the song, you just scrolled past it because it wasn't good. I've spent over 6 years now studying and learning how to get people's attention as a full-time content creator, and I'd like to say I'm pretty good at it, and now I'm using that.
Hey, look, bro. Patrick CC, bro. I've been watching him for a minute. I've been watching him back when he used to do the music breakdowns and stuff, bro. They do know how to get your attention, because literally I was just scrolling randomly and came across this. You know what I'm saying? He know what he doing. Like, go ahead, talk your talk, bro.
Expertise to give artists advice and strategies on how to get more attention on their content through my music marketing newsletter called Tuned In. After you purchase a membership at tunedin.marketing,
what are the prices? Oh, $48
my purchase using the link in the description, you will receive an easy-to-read email every marketing secrets. Let my team save you time by doing the research and teaching you how to market so you can sign up yearly instead of monthly. Bro. To throw in the balaclava, which is a staple of every that comes down to his image. He decided to throw in the balaclava, which is a staple of every...
You mean the label decided to put a balaclava on him? The label decided to put a shiesty on him.
UK drill rapper. Just being able to see their eyes and mouth has this menacing, mysterious vibe. Additionally, he had a crew of people around him all dressed like they are about to do a drill. He's carrying cash and doing the money spread, which is just another trap staple. But literally none of these visuals or imagery would be considered unique if it wasn't for the song, because his song entirely contradicts everything you see visually. He isn't rapping about doing crimes over energetic beats. He is singing softly and emotionally about a girl. His voice is pitched up so he sounds like a child. This same exact formula was used by Rumor 4 years ago with his viral song Rascal, where he is singing a beautiful country ballad while posted up around dangerous dudes with weapons. But the contrast between the song and the visual makes people stop scrolling. Like, when he was initially going viral, they saw it and they're like, okay, I like UK drill, I like drill music, let's see if this guy goes hard. Like, and then they hear him singing and they're like, whoa.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, Kai Cenat's reaction to it is perfect.
Who the f is these thugs?
You want me to pull up? I'll come and slide by 8 p.m.
It
Yo,
catches
I'm
you
hard
off
to-
guard.
Yo, what the f-
Now, it's pretty clear that this was a paid reaction because there's just no chance that Kai would see something that he's never seen before and say, what are these thugs up to? Only to be like, whoa, well, I'm so surprised. Like, why would he say, what are these thugs up to?
Hey, not too much on him, bro. Let him get his bag.
You know, like, because he already watched it. He already knew what he was going to say because he was likely paid to do the reaction. And even if he wasn't, he probably saw that it was going viral and knew that he could get a viral reaction out of it. If you didn't know, people fake their reactions. I mean, it just happened. They pre-look at it. They already kind of know a narrative, right? I'm not calling out every reactor. We know No Life Shack is legit. We know Dante is legit. But there are some where it's like, okay, they're like, what am I gonna do? Because
I try not to like pre-react to stuff. I say that like no, every video I react to, it's literally off the cuff. Like, I'll go out of my way to avoid hearing anything about the video. Like, the something about chickens video and stuff, bro. I like for a week straight, I was fighting the urge to watch it, because I was like, I gotta do it for the reaction video. I gotta do it for the stream. I was fighting the urge to watch it because I like listening to videos like that while I'm at work, cause but I was fighting that urge. I just didn't do it.
being paid to react.
So like, and that's how I'm gonna keep doing. I'm not gonna pre-react to something.
Back to this. So how am I going to make it different and interesting so that the person who paid me can get their money's worth, right? Yeah, it's business, people. Plus, in some of Forbat's early TikToks, you can see him posting the caption like, when the voice doesn't match the rapper, which is kind of just like a common content strategy idea that has permeated throughout TikTok and YouTube for many years now. But it's a good narrative, and it worked really well for Forbats because it honestly describes what's going on here perfectly. But there's an even deeper way to analyze Forbats' success. These days, an artist is no longer an artist. They are a brand. And music is no longer art. It's a product. Yeah. And in order to buy a product, you have to learn about it. So before you buy into or become a fan of an...
What the heck?
To buy a
he already got merch of
product, you have to learn about it. So before you...
He's got merch of himself. He already has merch of calling himself an industry plant. Yeah, dude was like prepared to play into this.
Or become a fan of an artist, you need to learn about them. Some products take a lot of time to learn about before you buy them. For example, electronics. Most of you don't make a quick decision to buy a computer monitor or a Wi-Fi router or a camera. You take hours, sometimes days, maybe even weeks or months to do research, watch reviews, analyze the specs, look at the competition. The length of time it takes you to buy one of these products dramatically changes the business plan of the companies who make them. They spend
but you don't gotta do that with artists and
extra
stuff.
effort and money and resources designing it, thinking about additional features and value propositions. This way it lasts longer and it is worth the assumed high price tag. It also means the product will mean more or be considered more valuable to the customer who bought it.
Plus, some people are just really stingy, and like, if the more you price something at, the more they're gonna want to know about it before they make that big of a commitment. And I guess you can kind of say it's the same for artists and stuff, because like, if you want to deep dive into someone's catalog, that's a commitment, you know what I mean? But then again, like, with some artists, bro, it's so surface level, it don't take that long to figure out, okay, I kind of get what these guys about.
Conversely, if you're buying a pen or a water bottle or some chapstick, you're probably just like, yeah, that looks good, I'll buy it. You don't really think about it all too much. So the companies who make it don't necessarily need to put in years of research and development because they know most customers are going to make a quick decision on whether or not to buy it. The amount of time or money it takes to get someone to buy something is called customer acquisition cost. And if you think about it, new artists have to do the exact same thing. But the customers are called fans. Artists like Forbats that are blowing up have what I call a low fan acquisition cost. Since there isn't much there to digest or understand, it makes it much easier to buy or become a fan of his music.
Because it's so surface level. It's just, you can see it in a passing glance and pretty much get the idea of dude's entire character, dude's entire brand, just by glancing at maybe one song, maybe watching one music video. so you don't gotta make that big of a commitment.
It's like the water bottle. Looks good, feels good, has a cool color. There's a little bonus storage container underneath, keeps the water cold. Like, it's pretty much it. So let's buy it. If you watched the intro of this video, which I know you did, you now know Forbats' whole backstory. There really isn't much there. You know the cool juxtaposition between his image and his music, and his R&B tracks are vibey and enjoyable. So now you know everything you need to know about him. There's really nothing deeper there, so you just now have to determine if you're a fan or not. The more simplified your branding is as an artist, the better. If your entire brand can be summed up into one sentence, you have the potential to be huge. Why? Because imagine you're talking to a friend who isn't chronically online like you are.
Dang, excuse me.
And you're trying to ask them if they know, or you're trying to describe a celebrity or artist. Maybe that's popping off, or maybe that's new, and you just want to ask them if they had ever heard of them. Yo, you ever heard of Ice Spice? No, who is that? Oh, it's a girl with the orange hair and the big ass that makes drill music. Or, yo, you know Mr. Beast? No, who's that? Oh, the dude who does the crazy YouTube challenges and gives away a ton of money. BLP Kosher. Jewish dude with wicks and grills that raps. Aiden Ross. Streamer who makes sus jokes while hanging out with rappers. Ian. Regular looking white boy who makes surprisingly hard trap music. Big X the Plug. Fat dude with unique samples who makes hard southern trap music. Patrick CC. YouTube documentaries about celebrities and their controversies. Yo, you know Forbats? Nah, who's that? Oh, the dude who looks like a violent drill rapper but makes smooth R&B love songs. See what I mean there? And even if the conversations don't exactly take place like that, like those conversations take place in your brain. You look at something and you try to quickly figure out in the shortest amount of sentences or the shortest amount of detail possible who this person is and what they do.
It's scary just how much thinking goes into the art of being simple, you know, because literally like the first 5 seconds somebody sees, like the most for any online creator, any type of brand, any type of product, the first impression that somebody sees, the first 5 to 10 seconds are the most important seconds of that customer, because a lot of customers will walk away as soon as they look at it and we're like, I don't feel like trying to get into this, or they're like, whatever, looks generic, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why these artists gotta really try to do as much as they can to be simple, to be direct, be straightforward, be surface level.
You just naturally subconsciously do that. The more complicated or unclear your branding is, the harder it becomes to share your music or to gain fans, because they just don't really understand, or they don't know how to categorize it in their brain. Like, here's Angelo Mota, who kind of looks like he would be a Dreamville artist, but some people say he sounds like Kendrick Lamar. He does kind of make conscious rap, but it also could be considered hard trap music. He can also sing decently and make R&B, but he has also dabbled in making dancey music. And on top of that, he's a producer and makes his own beats that are usually super layered and complex. Like, to us music fans, that description sounded really intriguing, and you'd probably go listen to him. But to the average person, you just bored and confused them with that long-ass description. And I'm not trying to diss Angelo. I feel for him. Because the big overarching problem here is that music is supposed to be art. It's not supposed to be a product. That's just the reality of what it is. It's supposed to be nuanced and deep. And
all them labels, all them industries, they really, like, the industry knows exactly what it's doing. It's like literally shorten the attention span, brain rotted so many people. It's crazy, bro. Literally, like, if the people will look at an artist and be like, I don't like their music. My nigga, what? Did you even listen?
And thought out and digested and consumed slowly before you can really determine how you feel about it. Summarizing someone's entire life's hard work and art in one sentence is extremely difficult, but it is necessary to have explosive virality like Forbats. The only caveat to this is that many artists who rise this fast fall just as hard, because they didn't take the time to grow a fan base and build a foundation to hold it down for them while they work on their next body.
It's shallow, bro. Like, like with a pool, like, the shallow water is easier for people to step into, easier people to acclimate to the water, easier for people to really walk through. Like, you get a lot of traction through the shallow water, but you don't get a lot of people staying in the shallow end, do you? Let me not cook.
Of music, resulting in them constantly chasing that virality instead of building their core fan base. I do think Forbats' music is good enough to stand on its own. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that the only reason why he will remain popular is because of a gimmick. I think he'll slowly rebrand over the next few years, take off the balaclava, and gradually merge into another mainstream R&B artist. Like, his
That's
next
a
big
smart
viral
move.
moment will probably be when he decides to stop pitching up his voice, or when he takes off the balaclava, or maybe he'll start putting out some rap stuff like when Tory Lanez did, and people were like, wait, I thought he was an R&B guy. He could rap too? But only time will tell.
Dang. Yeah, bro. Like, that's literally how it is, man. Yeah, Patrick CC always be spitting the facts, bro. Yeah, even and like the title says, bro, it says Forbats is an obvious industry plant, but nobody cares. Nobody cares if you're an industry plant. Like, it depends on the person's it's subjective to the person's morality. You know, you're not a genuine person. You're not putting in the work. You're not actually trying to build a genuine fan base. You found a cheat code to get famous. That's how some people look at it, and it's a valid way to look at it. But yeah, like he said, man, it's just really, really hard to have longevity if you get a career off the back of an industry. Excuse me. The people who do it become legendary. Like, there's legendary people who were industry plants, and we just don't know it, or we just don't care. We don't talk about it. I heard people saying Travis Scott was an industry plant. I don't give a damn. I'ma still bump some rodeo. I'ma still bump some Utopia. I'ma still bump some trap. It's whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Patrick CC cooked like usual. Good video. I hope Forbats takes dude's advice and slowly branches into his own person, but you know how these artists do. Like, they'll get their heads get too big, and then they think they can pull a Roddy Ricch, like Roddy Ricch, pull a you'll see me in 2 years, and then come back with some dookie. Jesus, bro. Look, bro, it takes a long time to build like the type of longevity that some of these artists wish that they could have. But yeah,